Okay, this is probably my third or fourth attempt to try to explain how you construct a magic ghost number cube. First off, this is going in a sequence, so I'm building it up from a single, building it up. Okay, first off, you you add random numbers. I didn't put random numbers. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in a sequential order wrapping around the cube, the inner cube. But you could put random numbers around here and it would pretty much come out the same. Or it would all come out the same. There's different nuanced parts in it. But so you put 6 random numbers around the 6 faces of the cube. I call them primary numbers, and they're colored in blue. The red numbers are the central ghost number, and the outer ghost numbers. I only put 1, so it wouldn't get too messy to begin with. And I went ahead and put those there, so you could put in your mind that 21 in the instance of an addition cube, which can be translated into a multiplication cube, but I'm sticking with an addition cube because it's easiest to understand. And it's easier to crunch the numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all add up in the central to give the central ghost number of 21. 21 3 times is 63. So that's what you need to know when you deal with the other numbers. So this is the first stage. Then you do the outer primary numbers, which is using the commutative property to say that 1 on this side and 3 on this side is 4, and 4 equals 4 on both sides. 4 and 6 is 10 on both sides. 2 and 5 is 7 on both sides. You keep the 63 and the 21 there. Then you do the secondary numbers. So I should have wrote secondary inner numbers. Secondary numbers. Okay, that sounds right. And I label these in orange. And all you do is, in this case, add up to the corners of the inner cube the primary numbers. That's all you do here. Then the orange outer secondary numbers. You can do the inner or the outer at any time. It doesn't matter in the sequence. But you have to establish the inner primary numbers and then the outer primary numbers to get to the outer and inner secondary numbers. But these are in orange, and you do the same thing. You add up to the corners in this instance to get 14, 11, and 17. And the thing about the outer cube is that these numbers aren't any different. The inner numbers might be different, but the outer secondary numbers stay the same around each square. 17, 11, and 14. This is the inner ghost numbers, and they're written in purple. And you get those from adding up the inner primary and secondary numbers at each cubic octron is what I call it. And octron is one of the 8 openings of the inner cube. You add in this instance to get 21, 27, 33, 42, 36, 30, and 36 at the corners of these inner cube. The first check of this, with the 63 and 21 in place, are the spatial diagonals. 21 and 42 going across is 63. 27, 36 going across and back and forth is 63. 33 and 30 going across back and forth is 63, and 27 and 36 going across is 63 back and forth. Commutative result. The second type of check is that you circle the outer cubic octron numbers, and you don't need an addition to the ones going across. they themselves add up to 63 at each corner. I only did one corner. Why is that? I only did one corner. This is an additional supplement to this, I guess, or whatever you call it. A hyper magic ghost number cube is the same numbers, primary numbers, except you include the central ghost number in the commutative property going throughout the box, and that changes the outer primary numbers and secondary numbers, but nothing about the inner box changes. Nothing about the primary numbers or the secondary numbers. It's just their relation from diagonals, spatial diagonals, to a circuitous box that adds up these numbers to give the outer ghost numbers. You do that once again by including the central ghost number in with the commutative property as you write the outer primary and secondary ghost numbers. And again, nothing about this inner box changes. It's just a relation from diagonals to a box, a circuitous box, that takes all the purple inner ghost numbers, adds them together to create 252, which is the outer ghost number to this, using the same primary numbers. It's a hyper magic ghost number cube because it is 3 21s 4 times raised to the 4th power. 3 21s is 63, and 12 21s, which is 4 3s, is 252. So it's expanded by a 4th power, and that gives you the hyper magic ghost number cube. I did this whole thing to because a lady I know is giving me instructions on how to better present my work, and such as using a pen instead of my finger to better